Every 45 minutes, your phone rings. Colleagues drop by now and then to ask questions or simply chat. An hour after lunch, you're dragged into another meeting. Before you even realize you haven't accomplished anything today, the clock strikes 5 p.m., signaling the end of the workday. Why? It's because you're constantly disturbed and interrupted by external factors. When you try to tackle a difficult assignment or focus on reading a book, phone notifications relentlessly buzz, pulling you away to reply to messages and check countless likes. Suddenly, an entire day has flown by, and you've achieved nothing. Why? Because you're perpetually distracted by external stimuli, and your brain naturally gravitates towards simpler tasks first. So, how do we overcome this? How can we work more efficiently? How can we work for just 3 hours but achieve the productivity of a full day or even a year, reaping exponentially greater success? To do this, we need an indispensable skill in today's economy: deep work. This is precisely the topic we want to share with you today, drawing from the book Deep Work. The author, Cal Newport, earned his PhD from MIT at just 35 and is now an associate professor at Georgetown University, a renowned institution with a 200-year history. This book reveals how this young professor, currently only 39 years old, has achieved truly extraordinary success through the power of deep work. First, let's understand what deep work truly is. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task, allowing our capabilities to reach their highest potential. This method helps us create new value, significantly improve our skills, and develop a competence that is incredibly difficult to replicate. In stark contrast to deep work is shallow work. Shallow work refers to tasks that require low cognitive demand, are often repetitive, performed in a distracted environment, and don't create new value for the world. In a book titled Peak: Secrets from the New Science of Expertise, which extensively researches deliberate practice, we are given a physiological basis. When we deliberately and repeatedly practice something, our brain secretes more myelin. Conversely, if we constantly engage in shallow work, the amount of myelin will steadily decrease, and our brain's connectivity will also diminish. That's why cultivating the ability for deep work is profoundly important. So, what significance does deep work bring to us? Firstly, deep work helps us work more efficiently and achieve greater success in life. According to the author, there are 3 types of individuals who will thrive in the new economy. The first type comprises high-skilled technical workers, such as programmers or innovators capable of working with intelligent machines. These individuals will continuously generate more value in their work. The second type is superstars. Here, superstar doesn't just mean entertainment icons. It refers to individuals with exceptional abilities who are top performers in their respective fields. The third type consists of capitalists, those with the financial resources to invest in various industries and sectors. So, how do we become one of these successful individuals? Cultivating the ability for deep work will grant us 2 core competencies. First, we will rapidly acquire and master complex work tools. Second, we will elevate the quality of our work and achieve optimal efficiency. These 2 abilities are what will help us become successful in our careers and contribute significant value to society. The second profound meaning deep work brings us is that it elevates our life satisfaction and leads to a happier existence. The book introduces the term flow, a state where our minds are completely focused, utterly immersed in a task, to the point that we forget ourselves and everything else around us. Flow is a concept proposed by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, who dedicated years to researching methods to enhance human happiness. Many believe happiness comes from immense wealth or significant career achievements. However, Csikszentmihalyi discovered that while a lack of money and material possessions undoubtedly impacts life satisfaction, conversely, an abundance of money doesn't necessarily guarantee a higher level of happiness. The true secret to a happy life lies in being immersed in our own flow, wholeheartedly concentrating on a challenging task. Try to recall those afternoons when you leave the office and arrive home feeling utterly hollow. That's likely because your day was filled with shallow, insignificant tasks. But then there are days when you return home feeling incredibly joyful and invigorated, having had a truly successful workday. That's because on those days, you tackled challenging tasks and were completely absorbed in them. This is another crucial reason why we should embrace the power of deep work. So, how do we acquire the ability for deep work? The first step is to discover a deep work model that aligns with your personal style. There are 4 main models, each built upon a distinct philosophy. The first is the monastic philosophy akin to meditation masters who renounce all distractions to cultivate their focus. They completely avoid phones and live a simple, secluded life. This model suits writers, mathematicians, or those requiring deep creative and contemplative work. The second is the bimodal philosophy where you divide your time into 2 distinct parts, one dedicated to intense deep work and the other for shallower tasks. The third is the rhythmic philosophy which involves transforming tasks requiring enhanced efficiency into ingrained habits. For instance, you might dedicate 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. every morning to reading, or 2 hours every evening after work to learning personal finance management. The fourth is the journalistic philosophy ***. This model allows you to immediately engage in deep focus anytime, anywhere, much like a reporter or journalist who can concentrate amidst chaotic environments, such as on a train or bus. Therefore, choose a model that suits you, but remember that all models are relative. The crucial element is proactively identifying a dedicated time block that allows you to fully concentrate. This is a period when you are completely undisturbed and isolated from the outside world. For example, you could wake up earlier and tackle your most important, high-impact tasks. Try forcing yourself to sit down, free from any interruptions, put your phone on silent, disable all computer notifications, and concentrate fully for 2 hours. Once those 2 hours conclude and your work is done, you'll feel an immense sense of inner calm. This is precisely when flow emerges. Secondly, to cultivate the ability for deep work, we must transform it into a habit and diligently track our progress. For deep work to become a true competence, it demands consistent and continuous practice. To facilitate this regular practice, we need a method to monitor our progress, enabling timely feedback and self-reinforcement. A highly effective tracking method is the chain method or streak tracking. For instance, if you aim to establish a deep work habit every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., get a monthly or even a 100-day calendar and place it where it's easily visible. Once you successfully complete a day, mark an X on the first day, then an X on the second, and continue for the third. These X marks are like forming a chain, and your mission is to add to it every day, ensuring you never break the chain. By visually tracking your habit this way, you'll easily motivate and remind yourself to perform the task daily. As long as you complete it, you'll feel that the day has passed with immense meaning. This chain method isn't just for deep work. You can also use it to establish daily exercise habits or language learning, such as dedicating 30 minutes to exercise or learning 10 new words each day. The third crucial step to developing deep work is to rest at the appropriate times and learn to embrace boredom. Statistics show that an average person can maintain intense focus for approximately 4 hours at a stretch. If you force yourself to concentrate or exert self-control for too long, your brain will deplete a tremendous amount of energy. Therefore, it's vital to schedule periods for your brain to truly and completely rest. For instance, after several hours of intense deep work, you could step outside into a green space or practice meditation. In our modern world, many people can't tolerate even a single minute of silence. When waiting in line for coffee, they immediately grab their phones. When stuck in traffic, out come the phones to check notifications. Some even walk down the street while staring at their screens. You might argue, I don't need to focus during that time, so scrolling through my phone to kill time is harmless. But in reality, it's not as simple as you think. During those seemingly boring moments, if your brain continues to absorb information from your phone, it remains active and never truly rests. By the time you need to concentrate on your next task, your brain has already expended significant energy and is no longer capable of deep work. So, embrace boredom. Allow your brain to genuinely rest. When waiting in line, resist the urge to bury your head in your phone. Instead, you could listen to relaxing music, or simply not think at all, or just look up, observe, and connect with the world around you. If you're a workaholic, constantly preoccupied with your tasks, the book presents an effective method. Before leaving for the day, make sure to write down all the tasks you've completed and simultaneously plan what you'll tackle tomorrow. At this point, your brain will completely release those work-related thoughts and willingly enter a state of rest. Mindfulness and meditation are also invaluable practices to help us rest, rejuvenate our brains, and cultivate our capacity for intense focus. And this concludes the summary we've compiled from the book Deep Work. We sincerely hope these skills empower you to apply the principles of deep work in both your personal and professional life, enabling you to achieve all that you desire.